Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have another new makeup releases will I buy it video for you, which is a series inspired by Samantha Marsh, where I like to go over some of the new makeup releases, tell you my thoughts on them, tell you whether I'm planning on picking them up. We have been getting quite a lot of new makeup releases in the past days and weeks, and we have quite a few good ones that I really wanted to talk with you guys about. So if you are new here, then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you found it. I upload beauty videos 4 times a week and I would love it if you subscribed. But for now, if you want to see this week's new makeup releases, will I buy it and what I think of them, then please keep watching. So I just moved a little bit to the side so I can insert the photos on the screen right here like I always do, and the photos I'm going to be using are from Trend Mood on Instagram. She always posts about the new makeup releases, so it's a really great account to follow. So I have the Instagram linked in the description box, and I will also have Samantha March channel in the description box because I think she was like the first creator to come up with this series. But yeah, let's start with the new makeup releases. The first thing I want to talk about is a collection from Kylie Cosmetics, and this is called the Kylie Cosmetics X Stassie Collection. I think that's what it's called. So Stassie is apparently Kylie's BFF. I don't really know. I don't really follow the Kardashians, but they're coming out with a BFF collection, and this collection is consisting of a press illuminating powder, which is basically the Kylighter, I think. Then we have 2 liquid eyeliner pens, a liquid lipstick and a lip liner set, a high gloss geo set, and in Europe there is an eyeshadow palette. So I wanted to talk about this because this launched yesterday evening here in the Netherlands, and I was really surprised to see an eyeshadow palette because I had seen the promo photos, but I didn't see an eyeshadow palette included anywhere. And now all of a sudden they release an eyeshadow palette, which is really strange because the eyeshadow palette only seems to be available on the European website and not the United States website. So I'm kind of interested in what's going on with that, because I've seen a lot of people comment on Kylie Cosmetics, you know, people from the US being like, where is the eyeshadow palette? And they don't really say anything about it. So it's just a little strange because on the European website, like on the promo photos, as you can see right here, the eyeshadow palette is on there as well. But in the United States promo photos, the eyeshadow palette like is nowhere to be found. So that's a really like interesting choice. I wonder what's going on with that. But speaking of that eyeshadow palette, I had it in my cart yesterday, and there were 3 times where I almost bought it, but then I was like, no, maybe I shouldn't. But I really want this eyeshadow palette because look at that color story. How beautiful is that? I love the pop of pink. I love the baby blues in there. But what was putting me off was the fact that it says that there were pressed glitters in there. And from the website, I just couldn't tell how many of the shimmers are pressed glitters. I'm not a pressed glitter fan. I don't use them. So from these 6 shimmers that seem to be in here, 5 of them are going to be pressed glitters. Like, I don't really want it because I won't use them anyways. But in terms of the color story, I do really like this. Speaking about that, I almost bought the Kylighter as well. I thought it looked super pretty, and I haven't tried a Kylighter from Kylie Cosmetics like since the rebrand. I haven't tried anything from the rebrand besides one of the glosses in Coco K, and I really like that gloss, but I haven't like tried anything else from this rebrand. So maybe I should just try something. I'm thinking to just order maybe the palette and the highlighter. I know I probably won't need them, but I do think they are cute, and I think it would be nice to like try this new Kylie Cosmetics because the last time I tried something besides the gloss was that Grinch collection in 2020, which is quite a long time ago now. So let me know if you want me to pick up something from this collection. I am interested in this, kind of want to try this and sort of recreate that look. I think that would be so pretty, but again, I'm not entirely sure if I need it. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Next up, I wanted to talk about some new makeup releases that we're getting from Tarte, because there's actually 5 new makeup releases. Tarte is all of a sudden releasing so much. It reminds me of ColourPop. No, but they just like release something without spoiling it. Like all of a sudden they just released a product, so I think that's kind of interesting. But the first thing they released is the Maracuja Juicy Glow Pen for $25. This seems to be in the same packaging as their Maracuja Juicy Lip, so like the ClickUp packaging. And I think this one is going to be a bit larger in size than the lip product. At least that's what I'm imagining. But this says a radiant satin glow finish blurs, while the soft pearl dewy formula brightens, hydrates, and refreshes. Click pen with angled tip in 6 shades. So this is, I think, just going to be a creamy highlighter. Looks nice, but I don't think I need it. The shades don't really like speak to me as well, and I just think like the packaging for a product like this is kind of interesting, so I won't be getting this. Then they released the Maracuja Juicy Lipstick lipstick trio for $37. It says performs like a lipstick, feels like a balm, has a lightweight creamy formula that delivers full coverage with a satin finish. So I wonder how similar this lipstick is going to be to the original Maracuja Juicy Lip, because that one is of course super glossy, and this is a lipstick, so I'm guessing it has more pigment than the gloss. I think the shades are very pretty, but at the moment it seems like Tarte is marketing everything from their Maracuja Juicy Lip because they are so popular at the moment. The lipstick's too pretty. I have never tried a lipstick from Tarte besides the Maracuja Juicy Lip, which I do like, but it's not my absolute favorite formula. Like, I do prefer the Charlotte Tilbury Happy Kiss formula over the Tarte one, but the lipstick do look pretty and I do like the shade. So maybe one time I'll pick up one of the lipsticks, but I'm not entirely sure. They also released a mini palette called the Tarte Jewel Amazonian Clay Palette for $21. I'm not into these mini palettes from Tarte. I feel like they kind of look a little bit cheap, but the color story is nice. And lastly, we have the Shape Tape Glow Bronzer with a brush for $29. So it seems like all of these products are now available on QVC. The Shape Tape Glow Bronzer looks pretty, but at the same time, I cannot not think of Milani when I see these bronzers. I think the packaging is incredibly similar to the ones from Milani, so I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but they do look pretty, so I'll definitely watch some reviews on that. Currently, I definitely have enough bronzers in my collection, so I don't think it's anything I would need, but just look like a nice product from Tarte. And now I'm seeing there is one more product, which is the Clay Play To Go Cheek Palette. 3 cheeks in one for $21. So this is just a cheek palette with a highlighter, blush, and bronzer. I do like the idea, but what I always am not the biggest fan of with cheek palettes is you need to like all of the shades in order for it to be good value. And this one in particular looks definitely too deep for my skin tone. The blush looks nice, but the bronzer and the highlighter do look very deep. So it's not something I will be buying, but we're getting a lot of releases from Tarte and I'm quite surprised by that. Then we have another product, what seems to be a bronzer, but this one is from Fenty Beauty. And this is called the Toasted Swirl Bronze Shimmer Powders in Swirl Chocolate and Swirl Pecan. Now, these definitely look like bronzers, but they also look like highlighters, so I'm not too sure how they will perform on the skin. In the pan, they look very much like the Hourglass powders. I think these look interesting. These are going to be available June 17th on their website and Sephora, and it says, looks like illuminating bronzer powders that give you a natural glow with warmth. So I don't think these have officially been announced by Fenty Beauty, but they have been seen, I think, in Sephora France, which is where these photos came from, and I'm definitely curious about this product. I do want to try a product from Fenty Beauty that's like a bronzer, but they have quite a few, so I'm not sure if I would want this one or something else. But when I'm going to London in August, maybe I will look in Boots to see some nice products from Fenty Beauty, and maybe I will buy a bronzer because I've been really wanting to try that product from Fenty Beauty. Then next we have 2 releases from Pat McGrath. I think you guys have seen this because this one actually launched, I think, a week ago, but I never mentioned it in a new makeup release. But they only launched on the website, I think, a few days ago, so I still wanted to mention it. And these are the new Skin Fetish blushes and highlighters from Pat McGrath. Now, she is actually releasing the Divine Blush Duos. It says limited edition duos, long wearing demi matte and satin finishes. So there's going to be 6 blush duos, and I know not everyone was a big fan of this when they released on Instagram, but they are so pretty. I really like them. I really like the idea of having 2 blush shades in one compact. And I think especially that one that's a lilac with a sort of coral shade is the one that a lot of people are interested in. I definitely like this release from Pat McGrath. I think it's something different and unique, and I do really like it. So I'm definitely going to be watching some reviews of some creators who have purchased this. At the time, I haven't bought any of these. I don't think I will buy them anytime soon, but maybe if the reviews are super good, I might pick one up on sale sometime because these are quite pricey. And then we also have 4 new highlighters from Pat McGrath. These are called the Skin Fetish Divine Glow Highlighters for $48. I'm not sure if they're all new shades. I don't think they are because the shade names don't seem very new to me. But I already have one highlighter from Pat McGrath in my Define Blush and Glow trio, and I don't use it too much because I feel like it's a little bit too gold for me. On some days I absolutely love it, and then on some other days I just think it's too deep and too gold for me. But overall I do like the formula, but I think these look nice, so I'm definitely going to be watching some reviews on this and then decide whether I want to get something from this release. And then we also have a new mini eyeshadow palette from Pat McGrath. This is called the Midnight Voyage eyeshadow palette. It says this mini palette stars 5 of her most loved eyeshadows complemented by the Butte Metallic Bronze Venus for $29. So it looks like these shades, at least 5 of them, are going to be existing shades from palettes, which I do like that she's releasing a like more affordable version of her eyeshadow palettes, because usually her eyeshadow palettes are very, very expensive. I have never bought like a big mothership palette from Pat McGrath. The only eyeshadow palettes I have is the Bridgerton palettes. So I do like this. I know a lot of people were complaining that it looks cheap, and I don't think the packaging looks the most luxurious. It definitely looks a little bit cheap, but at the same time, this palette is cheap for Pat McGrath. It's only $29, so I don't expect a super luxurious packaging, because the eyeshadow formulas that she put in here are probably quite pricey as well. So I don't mind that the packaging is maybe a little bit more cheap than what we're used to from Pat McGrath. I really like this idea. I definitely want to see some reviews on this one as well. Then we have a new lip oil from Fenty Skin. This is called the Cherry Treat Conditioning Lip Oil, and it says an ultra hydrating lip oil that goes on clear and cushions lips. This is going to be a cherry lip oil, and I feel like so many brands are doing lip oils, and I really like it. I do really like lip oils. I don't own a lot of them right now, but I do want to try some more, so maybe this is one I will get when I'm in London and I see this in store. I do like cherry scents, so I think I'm going to like this one. So I'm not going to buy it right now, but maybe when I see it in store and it smells and feels nice, I will get this. Okay everyone, then this was it for this week's new makeup releases will I buy it video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of these new makeup releases, that you like them. I think the one I like the most is the new Kylie Cosmetics collection, and then especially the eyeshadow palette. But I would love to know your thoughts on these releases as well. But if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for don't miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, I thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!